started again. So I guess I'm back, and I'm trying to figure it out. Don't worry about it. I will figure it out in a minute. Take time, but because this is some new stuff, and you trial and error, you learn as you go, and that's what I'm doing. Learning as I go. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, but I guess it's all right. I guess. Um, I can see the chat. A little bit. But like I said, I'm still working out the kinks. But as far as the smoothness of the transition of the video and how it works, and I can still see you all. I see the two people in the room, and I'm thinking about doing a 10 o'clock and a 6 o'clock show. I didn't invite anybody on the show because I'm working out the technical issues right now. Um, I I think you all can hear me, and because I'm trying to do it the right way, I guess. You know, the Mandela Effect is a phenomenon that's happening. We don't really know all the nuances, but we do know that it's happening, and we know that it's something that's cynical. Well, some of us know that. Everybody don't know it's cynical because everybody don't realize it's cynical. But because I'm a believer, I normally have more than just one person. But like I say, because I'm using a new formula, and I'm not using I'm using somewhat Google services, but I'm trying to expand myself. Hey, JW. Um, I'm really trying to work out the kinks. I know the sounds pretty good now. I got that decimal right. Um, I can interact with the web now. I can do video clips. I can do. I was trying to learn how to do a pop out and put it into this software that I'm using. Um, but I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna learn everything in a minute. It's gonna take time. Um, I know when I was younger, they used to say that when the weather changes real bad and up and down, you can get flu or sick. And recently, the weather went from 20 degrees to about 70 today. And it's been doing that for the last week or so. Hey, good morning. Oh, thank you, man. And, I've been, that's the time and work that we do. We don't get paid. We ain't trying to get paid. But we want to, present, in a decent manner. Um, you can do this. A lot of people say, well, it costs a lot of money. This ain't cost nothing. It's just you have to spend time to learn it. You're going to have your bugs. You're going to have your oops moments. But once you get the generalization of it, it's pretty easy. Um, I don't have everything. I would like that Mandela Effect to go back and forth in the bottom of the spring, and I'm probably gonna end up getting that done today, so I can learn how to do that. And if I can get multiple pictures flashing of different Mandela effects flashing on that other side where this box is, that'll be nice. Um, but other than that, it's pretty basic, you know. But I thank you for coming in. Um, Thank you for saying hello. I hope I sound smooth. I know it's a delay with the response, but let me know if I sound smooth. Cause if I sound smooth, I'm gonna try to do the intro again, just to make sure that I can see it. Because the last time I did the intro, it stopped broadcasting. But okay. And so thank you for saying I'm sounding great. Okay, so I'm gonna try that intro, and I'm gonna try to do like I want to do when I'm presenting the intro. So I'm gonna take this other stuff out and say welcome to the Mandela Effect show, and thank y'all for coming by. And today is gonna be a good day because we're gonna have some good discussions in one moment. And so it's gonna be a good day. Hey, hey, hey. I didn't mute the speaker. I forgot to mute my sound. I might have probably work on doing that. Gotta remember to mute that computer mic because I think it probably overclipped. But let me know, did it overclip or was it fine enough? Um, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it right. And And I'm trying to, build a channel up, being lazy, not putting any effort in. It's not gonna wake people up. I mean, because I see people that did 200 videos, and because it was professional and it looked professional, they had more traffic. And it's not about popularity either. It's about getting the word out to the masses. And the more you look like you know something, the more people want to see what you're talking about. And so that's how I deem the situation. And so, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'm up. Hey man, I'm trying to learn how to do some stuff over here because I want to interact. I know a lot of people do clips and stuff like that. I've seen some people do clips and sometimes the video be, stuttering. And I wanted to try to make a smooth transition because I want people to really not get into the Mandela Effect, but wake up. And because if you don't put no work in, you won't see the not the benefits, but you won't see the outcome. You can't grow a tree without or any fruits without watering it and cultivating the land. And so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm probably end up getting me a better webcam because I don't like the Dell webcam. It's too blurry. The reason why it's all right now because it's light outside. So, but for the quality, I don't really like it. But that's just my preferences. It ain't got nothing to do with. I like I like um the Mac webcam better than this. You think you pay $1,500, they will at least put a HD camera in it. But not look like this. It's just a regular old, maybe 0.5 megapixel camera. But yeah. So JW, everything looking good, right? How was that intro? Was that intro fine, or was it popping, or did it have any echo on it? Um, and so I thank the 4 people from coming. I can't really see. It's a slight delay, but I can still see when you all text. Okay, that's because I had the mic on. I'm gonna probably do it again. Um, so excuse me for the 4 people that's in here. I'm running tests, trying to get this stuff, all the kinks out. There ain't too many people up this morning. So I'm gonna try to run it one more time, but this time I'm gonna try to run it without my mic on. And so uh, I'll see you in a minute. Oh, you said as in good. See, I thought you meant it was popping far as it was meaning it was echoing because I didn't want it to echo. Oh, now you tell me I ran it already now, but that's all right. Probably sounded a little better then because I turned my mic off. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean I had that intro. Lord Jesus, that's been a minute. I stopped using it because people say it was too long, but I said, man, look, if you can't get over 40 seconds, something wrong. You know, you got other TV shows intros longer than that. But and so how you been, Armand? I wanna take a look at some stuff, man. And I'm gonna try to use this system to check it out. You know how we go on the web and check stuff out, and I had seen a video the other day on technology that they've been having for a minute, and yeah, and so they've been having this technology for a minute, and and I believe they're using some of it, but they always talking about global warming when they have technology to get rid of global warming already. I mean, they where they can run cars off of water, and we got all of this. We got all of this. We got all of this technology, but we don't use it, and it trips me out because they got the technology, and and that's what I'm gonna do sometimes on my hangout. We're gonna just take a look at some of this stuff, and we're gonna talk about it. You know, because it's already there, and we people don't know it, and people don't realize it. But when I seen it, I'm like, wow, that is very cool. I mean, it's so cool. It was so cool where what they was doing, I really couldn't believe it because to me, it seemed impossible. But like I told people a long time ago, what they show us and what is possible is two different things. Because they show us what they want us to see. But when I seen this technology being used, I'm like, man, if it's like this, if it's like this already, and it's been like this, I'm sorry for that sound, but I wanted to get the cue up before I go change the display. But I'm about to change the display now, and I'm gonna let y'all see what I'm talking about. And when y'all see it, y'all gonna be like, "What the world?" I mean, and it's just blatant. I mean, the things that they're capable of doing, the things they're capable of doing, we can't even fathom. I mean, it's that great. But I'm gonna switch over here, and I'll see you in a second. And so you should be seeing my channel, the YouTube, and the video was the world-changing devices locked away by the Illuminati. Now, the problem with that is, like I was saying earlier, that people, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you feeling, man? People don't know this. They don't know it or they don't understand it. But check this out.
What it is we're going to see?
Well, this is a piece of nitinol which was made in the shape of a coil spring. And the property of nitinol is that it when it's hot and wants to get back to the shape it was when it was made. When it's cold, it's quite relaxed and will take any shape. This is now cold, and you see I can take it and stretch it out.
It was made in the shape.
It was made in the shape that I showed you first. Now it's cold, I can stretch it. Here I have a glass of hot water, and if I just pour the hot water on this thing, here we are. Good as new. In the cool state, it's relaxed and floppy. In the heated state, it remembers its former state. That's why you say it has a memory. So if you make the thing, if you make this piece of wire so it's straight when you made it, then when it's hot, it wants to straighten out. When it's cold, it's just as floppy as a wet noodle. If you take one of these things and put hot and cold water through your hand, it's like a wet noodle when it's cold. When it's hot, it straightens out very suddenly. It's quite strong stuff.
In a small workshop across from his office, he designed and built a wheel with nitinol loops hanging from the spokes. He calculated that if he filled a container with cold water and another with hot water, the loops of nitinol moving from one bath to the other would bend, then spring back, and that the sudden spring of the nitinol in the hot water would drive the wheel around, thus becoming the world's first solid-state heat engine. He was right.
You see that? And so, do you see that? And so, this is one of the technologies that now, what y'all to realize is I heard about, Monty told me a long time ago that they had this metal that was similar to this. And that it could do this. And so when I seen it, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. She said that, but I never seen nothing like that. You hear buzzing? If you hear buzzing, that's because I had my thing on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off that that internal mic when I run the video. When I come back, I'm gonna unmute it or mute it. But right now I got it on. But I'm gonna change it in a minute. But yeah. And so metal that can do that just from water. Just imagine if you put that on the car and the car get a dent. All you gotta do is put water on it, and the dent is gone. That stopped fender benders right there. I mean, I know they can run an engine, but I can see multiple uses for that kind of metal. You don't have to worry about never having getting a car dent no more. That'll put crash people out of business. All you gotta do is take your car to the car wash and your car right back straight. I mean, it's really something buzzing. Let me see. I don't have nothing buzzing. Let me turn this. Do y'all still hear the buzzing? Do y'all hear the buzzing now? Oh, okay. Okay, I know what that was. I think that was because of the volume. Let me try it again. This time turn off the I'm gonna turn off the um I'm gonna mute the system. I muted the system. Let me see.
That everything floats on the magnetic field in there. You have very little internal
Of space energy. His radiant energy device ran for days, putting out 50 kilowatts of electricity. When he refused to sell out to powerful interests, Moray and his family were threatened, shot at, and their laboratory ransacked. Ignored by the U.S. Patent Office, Moray quietly stopped public disclosure of the device after it was destroyed by his assistant, Felix Frazier.
Cooking an ordinary egg like that, and in a very few seconds the results would be quite an explosion. But I'm going to leave this torch here, blowing on this egg for a couple of minutes, 100 degrees Celsius. Now try cooking an ordinary egg like that, and in a very few seconds the results would be quite an explosion. But I'm going to leave this torch here, blowing on this egg for a couple of minutes before we crack it open. And it ought to survive the inferno because it's coated with a remarkable new plastic. What it's made of is a closely guarded secret. All the inventor will say is that 20 years' experience as a ladies' hairdresser led him to the discovery. So how is it doing? Well, it hasn't broken up at all, and you can see on the front here it's glowing red hot. But just watch this. If I turn the flame off and remember that it was producing 1200 degrees Celsius, and I take that charred bit and I put it flat in the palm of my hand, it only just feels warm. And if I then crack it open, what's more, the egg hasn't even begun to start cooking.
In Oklahoma, where oil has been king for over a century,
Now, did y'all hear the popping there? And so when I seen that, I was like, man, hold on. Did you telling me they got a material that they can stop heat no matter how many degrees? And people wonder why I put everything on the Mandela Effect. It's because we exponentially, technology-wise, have speeded up so far where 5 years ago, they said we was 40 years before we had cars that can drive themselves. And now we got them already. And so if it's a timeline shift, everything, including technology in the past, have changed. I never seen that before, including that steel. But this next one that I'm gonna show you is even worse. Because not worse, but it's even more spectacular. And I was like, man, that's cold. And so I'm gonna play this next one, and y'all let me know what y'all think, because this is out there, man. They say they don't have nothing. They say global warming, but all of this technology that already exists, why are they hiding it? But check this out. And I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna unmute myself after I finish.
Been busy in his shop constructing rotating magnetic motors that he believes will soon revolutionize how we get around.
And it does work. It's 150 volts. What we're going to do, turn off all the switches, make sure there ain't nothing plugged into it. There's the plug. There's your 110 volts. Motor still running. You can operate this table plumb around, back of an electric automobile, and generate electricity and charge batteries up in a car. There's not a hole into an enclosed. With the amperage, here's what's
to the touch, but
that cold, because once it stays cold, you're...
Klein fires up his hot new invention. His machine emits a flame that feels only slightly warm to the touch. But watch what happens when he touches anything else.
Instantaneously, I can burn a hole right down through the center of that brick.
The flame instantly turns hotter than the surface of the sun. Heat so intense it takes only seconds to literally burn a hole through charcoal. 3 seconds turns a brass ball to glowing liquid metal. Tungsten lights up like a sparkler. Steel, lead, and other metals slices on contact. Yet the tip of the welder stays cool to the touch.
No other gas will do this.
Denny Klein uses an alternative fuel source once thought impossible. He says people still have trouble believing him when he reveals his liquid fuel.
Water. Take water and electricity, and we break it down through our very unique electrolysis process.
Klein has just patented his process of converting H2O to HHO, producing a gas that combines the atomic power of hydrogen with the chemical stability of water.
It turns right back to water. You can see the water running off of this.
Klein originally designed his water-burning engine for cutting metal. He thought his invention would replace volatile acetylene in welding factories. Then one day, as he drove to his laboratory in Clearwater, he thought of another way to burn his HHO gas.
On a 100-mile trip, we use about 4 ounces of water.
Klein says his prototype 1994 Ford Escort can travel exclusively on water, though he currently has it rigged to run as a water and gasoline hybrid.
His numerous devices supposedly achieve super efficiency rates by recycling excess energy.
Did you see that? Did you see that? This torch that can burn a hole through charcoal, get hotter than the sun, but when he touched it, it didn't burn him. And he just said he went 100 miles on some just water. But they say that they don't have the ability to stop global warming, if that even is a thing. And so, you see what I'm saying? And so, that's what I'm going to start doing, man. I'm going to start discussing what's going on around us. Looking at what they're talking about. Checking out what they're saying. Because There's a whole lot of things that people don't discuss. And we can sit here and discuss it live. I mean, I want to be broad, man. I don't want to be just stuck in a loop. And so, I don't know how long I've been on, but I thank y'all for coming by, man. And I might do this every day at 9 o'clock. 9 and 6. For about 30 minutes. But I don't know. Not every day. 'Cause I gotta go take care of my own business. But every other day, and when I ain't doing nothing. When I ain't trying to pastor the church. But like I say, man, this is 30 minutes, an hour. That's good enough, I guess. But I hope y'all enjoy the time that we had. I want to go over some Mandela effects and tell me when y'all remember seeing it. I'm gonna try to do that later. But right now, I'm just trying to make sure everything is working fine. Everything is good to go. And was everything fine? Was the sound fine? Was what I was showing fine? And so with that, like I said, video capture, I can turn on my stuff now because I'm through with that. And so, with that being said, man, like I said, I love you all. And and I wanted to try to keep my mic on while I was doing it, but like y'all said, how bad was that popping? Was it real bad, or because I could probably turn the decimals down? Well, I just mute it like I did before, but like I said, I wanted to get the situation where it's not stuttering. It looks just like you would look if you was looking at a video, and I can do my hangouts probably the same way. I might not be able to broadcast them on the broadcast itself, but I can have them offline, and y'all can still hear them. And that's my whole point. Um, and so I'm glad you all came by to, just chill. That's all I'm doing. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. I'm just checking everything out, making sure everything works fine, and transitions are working fine, and you know. And if you want to discuss the Mandela Effect in depth, and we can do them things. But I'm just testing the waters, and the more I do it, the better I get. And so I really enjoy y'all. And so with that, I'm gonna probably end up making an ending Right now, I don't have one, but I will make one. Matter of fact, I can make one while we're here, and I can still be talking, I guess. I'm gonna try and talk at the same time and see if that works. Um, but like I said, we we come on these things to really just talk and to um, stay connected with one another because that's all we can do. We can only help one another. It's nothing else. I mean, we try to explain things, and sometimes stuff can be, we only know in part, and so I don't tend to know everything, and I don't think nobody else do too. Because it's one thing. It's one thing to say you know everything, and there's another thing to say that you just a reporter trying to really figure out like everybody else. Because when people tell me, well, I know this is this and this is that, and that it's no wiggle room for a possibility, then I say, wait a minute, hold on. I mean, we only know in part. We can't know everything. We know some things, and some things we don't know. And so when people come to me and say, well, I know everything, that this is the only way it could be, can't be nothing else. I say you don't give yourself no wiggle room. And that's not a good thing. And so if you ever see me come on here and say that I know everything, remind me what I just said. Because I know for a fact that some things we might have right and some things we don't. Some things may be off and some things are just what they are. And no matter how much we think we know, we can have a bad variable that don't even we didn't even take into consideration. And so, like I said, because we don't know everything, we can't expect to know everything. And I'm on a, and I was trying to work at the same time. Oh yeah, we can end with a prayer always. Father God, we thank you for the information that you've given us, God, the technology that God that we use for the upbuilding of your kingdom to wake people of God. We thank you for the people that's on this on this line, that those that may come on after the broadcast, and those that may not understand, God, that you open their mind for understanding, that you will keep their hearts and keep their sanity, God. Oh God, watch over those that may be going through situations, depression, uh, um, just confusion, mishaps, and worry, God. Lord God, send your peace and your love to them, God. Give somebody, get them to somebody that can help them find their center, God. Oh God, you said we are helpers one to another. That's why you said love your neighbors as yourself, God. You said if we don't love our neighbors, how can we love you? And so I pour out my love to the room, and I pour out the love to those that may click on this video afterwards. God, let something that I said will prick their heart. But God, I always say at the end of every video, God, I want them to get a relationship with you, get to know you, live today as it is your life. Don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised to nobody. Make sure that, Lord, I want them to make sure that they got their hearts and their mind fixed, God, and focus on the relationship with you, God. Oh, God, right now, God, control their hearts, control their thoughts, God. You said if we trust in you and lean not on our own understanding, you will direct our path, God. And so, God, we trust and lean on you for understanding. And God, we don't lean to our own understanding, God. Your ways are not our ways, nor our thoughts are your thoughts, God. So we don't know why things are happening, why you allow things to happen. But God, we stay focused on you, God. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. And so I hope this go well. But I'm gonna say I'll talk to you all later. I'm gonna push this button and hoping this works. Okay.